All right, I know it's been a minute since we made any YouTube videos, but we believe we've been dropping valuable nuggets for you guys in terms of things about LA. We talked about some of the most expensive places to live in Los Angeles. We talked about jobs, some of the highest paying jobs in LA. We talked about a lot of things related to LA. In case you didn't check out our last video was things that we did not know before we moved to LA, to Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Todd and Tasha, welcome to the Todd and Tasha podcast. We have another great video for you tonight. So the title of this video is How to Move to Los Angeles and Live Rent-Free. How to move to Los Angeles and live rent-free.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, indeed. But make sure you guys, if you don't mind at all, we're not asking for any handouts for any money. But if you can like this video and share, subscribe, that'll be like really awesome. We really will appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into this video. A lot of you guys are probably watching like, okay, what is the catch? How in the world are we going to move to Los Angeles, high price Los Angeles, where they have some of the most highest rents ever, outside of San Francisco, of course.
And New York. Yeah.
In New York. But I think San Francisco has New York beat though.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
This place is expensive, and when it comes to the lifestyle that you want to live, most of the time you have to fork out a lot of money just to live and enjoy being out here. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if it's Hawaii, the cost of living in Hawaii is actually, from my understanding, is higher than LA. So, but I haven't been out there, so I don't know.
Yet.
Right. So we're going to talk about this here. I'm really excited because what's going on now in terms of the rent, the high rent out here, a lot of people are struggling to pay rent. They're struggling to live. They're struggling to enjoy life because of the fact that rent seems to be just through the roof. The rent is actually going up throughout the country. But when you live in a place like California, again, LA, San Francisco, you're going to definitely deal with just high price rent. So again, it's not a catch, but you do have to get a job in order to make this happen, in order to move here to live rent free. So you have to have a job. The job that you need to be in property management.
Uh-huh.
You need to be in property management. Now, property management is really a good thing. Well, it can be a good thing depending on your liking, your speed, what your career path may be. But I'm going to take you through just a little bit of it so we can kind of see where this could take you if you do it correctly.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about some of the videos that they put out here, like how to move to Los Angeles with $5, $20 and things like that. All this real unrealistic stuff, but this is very real here. So property management. So what you need to do, and this is why we're saying that you can live rent free before you move out here. While you're moving out to Los Angeles. So the process goes like this. It's good to do this before you come out here. You can do this anywhere in the country. If you live in Ohio, if you live in Washington, if you live in Florida, you can do this anywhere. So you want to find a good, kosher property management company. So there's Pinnacle out there. Another one is Alliance. There is Greystar. There's like a lot of different property management companies out there that run different apartment complexes. And they run, the biggest one is actually Greystar. So they have like, they own most of the properties, like not just here in the United States, but throughout the world.
Yeah.
What you want to do is find one of those companies, you want to apply, you want to become a leasing agent. A leasing agent. Now, being a leasing agent can be a lot of fun. If you're one of those people who easily get stressed out, this is not the job or career path for you because you have to have a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of patience. You have to have a lot of patience in this field because you're going to be dealing with a lot of the public. People are going to have different requirements of what they're looking for in their property, in their home, but you have to be understanding that they are going to be very specific on details and quality of their home.
Right. That's where they're planning to live. So that's to be expected.
Exactly. So being that you want to have this mindset that you want to help people. You actually want to help people find a new home. So as long as you honestly want to and enjoy helping people find their new home, this is the right business for you. So you're in this field, you're in this line of work. You are a leasing agent. So you do a great job. You do your best, do the best you can. You get those leases, you make those fat commissions, especially out here in California. Your next step will be an assistant manager. So you're moving up the ranks. You're doing your thing as assistant manager. Of course, being assistant manager, you have more responsibilities that you have to do. But that's okay. That comes with any job. Anytime you move up in the company, you're going to have more and more responsibilities.
Right.
If you're scared of more responsibilities, if you're scared of work, again, this is not
for you.
The field for you. This is not the business for you. This is
Right.
not the career for you. So being an assistant manager, you're going to take care of like a lot of things. So when people have problems, you're going to deal with a lot of issues regarding their permit. You're going to deal with issues. Maybe someone applied, they got denied for that apartment, and they're waiting for their deposit, their down payment for that unit, for that apartment. So they're waiting for that to come back, and you say, hey, well, it may be about 2-3 weeks. And they're like, okay, 2 or 3 weeks, probably get a check or something in the mail. 2 or 3 weeks passes by, 4 or 5 weeks, and they haven't received anybody. Guess who? They have not received anything. Guess who they're going to come calling? They're going to come calling you, the assistant manager, because that's one of the jobs of the property assistant manager is to make sure that people get properly refunded and they get their deposit refunded in a very timely manner.
Oh.
So you have to deal with that, and you're going to definitely have to oversee a lot of the leasing. So you're proving yourself in that line of work right there. In that position, you're really proving yourself you're doing a good job. Then you see an opening to where the property manager decides, well, you know what? I want to go to another property, work on another property, or that property manager might get promoted. And guess who's next in line? You are. You could be next in line. That's why I'm saying that's why you want to do a good job. You want to do an excellent job being an assistant manager. You want to have a good track record, because if the company thinks that, okay, you are just an okay assistant property manager, then they could very well easily find someone from the outside meaning not necessarily at that complex where you're working, at an apartment complex, but they may find someone else within the company that works at another apartment complex, and they'll send that person over. So you prove yourself, you do a great job, you do an excellent job. Then you put yourself right there in the driver's seat to become a property manager. So when you become a property manager, one of the perks, obviously, besides the pay, you get paid a ton of money. But remember, it depends upon the management company that you are working for. But generally, if you're working for a real good property management company, you will get paid a great amount of money. But the biggest perk is that you get to live rent free. You get to stay in a nice, fat high rise. Sorry, you look absolutely gorgeous, absolutely
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
You get to stay. Man, okay, let me focus. You get to stay in a nice, fat, high rise, way at the top. I mean, a penthouse. No, listen, guys. You don't have to put any money like double down, triple down, all type of
Right.
stuff.
No.
You get to stay rent free. This is not a catch. It's not fake. It's totally real. There's companies out there where you can do it. I'm not sure about all the companies, but just do your research. But Greystar is definitely one company that you can do that with. But can you imagine? So you become a property manager, and then you get a nice fat pad. It can be a one bedroom, it can be a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, whatever it may be. You stay there for free. Modernized kitchen, everything is modernized. Beautiful hardwood floors,
Floor to ceiling.
Floor to ceiling, yeah. Thank you. That's why I have my help me right here. But you have the windows extending all the way from the floor to the ceiling. It's just like absolutely. We've done tours, like video tours of apartments, and we put it right on this channel as well. But it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, the countertop, you have a nice, beautiful stove, range stove, gas stove. Everything is high-tech, modernized. You cannot beat that. All you have to do is just work hard. Just put in the work from being a leasing agent, leasing consultant, whatever you want to call it, proving yourself, getting those commissions, making those sales, doing real well. Then you move up, you become an assistant property manager. You do well, you work hard. Don't complain. Just be happy that you're working. Be happy that you're helping people. Then you go to become a property manager. And I've seen property managers take off like a whole day, Friday, and they're like golfing, just all that stuff. So I know a lot of people in this business, in the property management business, and it's a good field. Like we were involved in real estate, and we're actually going to get back in real estate.
Right.
That's a whole nother video. But you guys, if you had the right mindset, if you generally had a love, let me just say this. Please don't get in this just because you want to be able to live rent-free in Los Angeles. Get in it because this is something that you really love to do. You wouldn't mind doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get in it just because, I want to stay someplace rent-free, then you're not going to really make it because you're not going to really want to help others. You're not going to really enjoy the job. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was going to say exactly. So you have to. Now, here's the thing, actually. The funny thing about this is if you are one of those people where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this so that I can live rent free. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. But like Todd said, with that, you have to make sure that you are prepared for the rest of the job, what that entails.
Exactly.
So you can't just say, screw it, it's just all for me, because you're going to have to you're dealing with people's lives. Like, this is their shelter, okay? You're dealing with people having a roof over their heads. So what if there are like situations where I'm sure, they have to find a place really fast, or, something's going on with their current place. Like maybe it's been flooded, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to like be mindful of that. And, if you have the empathy,
right,
to help people, if you have the, just the genuine, like, okay, wow, I can do this, the stamina, because of course, like Todd said, it's not just you jumping in there, okay, and then you're going to be property manager as soon as you start. Like,
right.
It does not work like that. You have to get experience as a leasing agent, then assistant manager, then property manager.
Yeah, just work your way up.
So you have to work your way up. So
exactly.
Gotta, keep all that in mind.
And just lastly, so let me just tell you this. So just know that every company is not the same. Every management company is not the same. And also every apartment complex that you work at is not the same. Meaning that you have like your low end, your mid type, and you have your high end luxury apartments.
That's a good point. Yeah.
A lot of times you have different personalities, people that you work with. You have all sorts of different personalities and management, because again, all management isn't the same. Mm-hmm. You have some management where their personalities are like so high strung. Oh, okay, do this. I need you to do this. They micromanage. Some of these places, they micromanage you. Some places they don't. They could let you just chill. They sit back and chill. They do the work. They trust that you do your work. So it's maybe like a little trial and error. So you just have to figure out where you belong, who you can actually work with, what you can put up with and what you can't. But don't give up. But again, if you want to move to Los Angeles rent free, this is a good stepping stone right here. So like I said, it's best to do it. You can do it before you move out here. And that's what I believe I forgot to tell you guys. So if you're in another state somewhere, you can become a leasing consultant, move up, and eventually you can transfer. You say, hey, I want to transfer at another property in Los Angeles. So you can transfer to be a property manager in Los Angeles. And that way they'll have it set up to where you can stay rent free. But again, you can do it if you're already in Los Angeles. If you have moved already and you're changing careers, you can still do it here. Just do it the same way. Become a leasing agent, then an assistant manager and a property manager. After property manager, again, it's regional manager.
Right.
And again, regional manager, like $300 some thousand, you still can live rent free. But
that is amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously. And to think about it, no degree required.
Exactly.
No degree required.
No degree.
And sales is typically like that. That's why I love sales. But anyway.
So I think that about sums it up right there. And I hope that you guys got some good nuggets out of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share all across social media. If you do not have social media, all you have to do is share anyway. And you can pick up the phone, your cell phone, or you can pick up the telephone. How many do you guys still have telephones?
Oh my God.
I grew up on telephones. I think one day I'm going to get a telephone. But pick that telephone, pick that telephone up.
It won't work.
And tell somebody about this video, about this channel.
And that's it. So till the next video, guys. Peace.